Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. This week we're going to look at Seidokan Yakusoku Niban, number 2, and various uses and or adaptations of it. So the first level, is always the kata level of the technique, okay? The kata level of the technique is merely when she punches, I'm going to sidestep, load, turn into a side punch to her low ribs. Basic. Hey! Dodge and punch. Second, my flavor add, which a lot of others do, it's not just me, instead of just coming here or just being neutral with my hands held back, I do a parry on the punch. Hey! Okay, so that's my basic. You okay with the calf? Injuries abound. So after the basic, the next step is I'm going to look at, I already added the parry. There's really no hikite in this particular version or this particular technique because I'm over here and I'm moving away from the punch. So the next variant we're going to do, hands up on guard fighting style, she's just going to step, punch like a barroom swing. Go. Yeah, but make it a barroom swing. Okay? Hey! Yeah, she's not a fighter, so I like that. So on this, you can see where the parry becomes essential. So as she steps, I parry, and then again, same punch. So now I'm working against a slightly different attack. Okay? We can do a variant of the attack, grab a club. So she can be swinging at my head. Now, the karate swing, step forward, take the big downward. Yeah, we're not going to do that, okay? She's just going to take it from a fighting stance like she's a baseball bat and swing at my head. Same thing, I dodge and punch, okay? So again, we can look at various attacks. Good, put that away. That's the next, one of the next levels we want to do is the add-on. Then how can we change the attacks? This could be a front two-handed choke, same movement. This could be she going to push me, same movement. So now I'm ingraining that response, that reaction against a variety of attacks. Third thing we're going to do then is how do we extend or go beyond just this? Because maybe my punch to the ribs is so weak she just laughs it off and keeps coming at me because she's tough like that. Okay, so let's go back to kata version of the punch, just the oisugi. So we start, again, when I start adding extensions, we're going to start here, and then we'll go back and add in the same kind of attacks and see what we add on. The easiest way, for me anyway, to think of following up the technique is just with additional strikes. Bearing in mind that they're going to move and throw additional strikes as well. So this is where striking from where you are rather than having to load and prepare. So for example, hey, I parry punch. From here, I can do one of two things. I can stay in this position and just load from here, load and then turn and control and continue. I can stay in this position, kick, come follow through. I can stay in this position, change here, then come through sweeping. So all of these are things we can do from the kata methodology. Second, instead of striking from here, is I have my body angle turns. When I do that, it's going to allow for another variety of things. And for those of you who've watched back in my Seidokan Saturdays and seen the Kempo Yakusoku, from here, once I do this technique, I can control, punch, and now we have what would be my Kempo number 3, if you want to go back and look that one up. Same thing, hey, from here, I can come in, breaking at the arm. Now, part of the reason we can't always do this, go back to street fight punching, right? She throws a swing to my head, and I do this. I may not be able to capture that arm, and she may have another swing at my head coming. So now I have to be ready to come through, and we move into another technique. So when I'm thinking of my extensions, this is where it used to be instructors hated this question. You teach a technique and you'd have that one guy, well, what if he does, and what if he does, and what if? Well, this is the time to ask that. She's going to throw that punch, hey, and I'm going to do my technique, but now we're going to start asking, what if? Well, what if this didn't work? I'm going to maybe strike. Yeah, but what if she's already punching the second punch? I'm still going to strike. And we're going to go through that sequence of what ifs as we slowly experiment with what I like to do as a defense versus what my opponent might do as an offense. And we're going to find out what we like as our personal art in the technique. We're going to find out what kind of extensions suit my technique repertoire, my tool set, versus what maybe she might do. Let's just experiment and give you one for a minute, okay? I'm going to punch kata style. You're going to do Niban, okay? Hey, boom. Now, what might you do from there? There. It's right there, okay? I might come in underneath and pull the shoulder as she does the sweep. I might add that. So as instructor, I'll see what she likes, and then we'll tweak it and see if we can make it more economical, make it flow a little bit more smoothly. One of the key things we want to watch for is if I'm taking a lot of big motion, that also gives my opponent time for big motion to attack. So we want to always bear that what if in mind as we work our techniques. If I'm working economically, I'm going to try to get in a position where I take away my opponent's possible options. Punch again, or just street punch, whatever, right? Go. Right? I throw this punch. I want to take away her options. I can do that by controlling her body somehow, okay? I can control by striking, by sweeping, by grabbing, by throwing, anything I can do to take control so that that next punch is not going to happen. So that that next punch is not going to happen. So that that next punch is not going to happen. So anywhere where I can gain some control, either by hitting first, hitting somewhere that takes it, or grabbing, throwing, etc. Hey, those are the considerations we want to look at as we do our extensions beyond the initial movement into what if and what comes next. Arigatou gozaimasu. I will also attach the video I did of clips of the seminar in Okinawa to expand on that a little bit, but that gives you an idea of where we want to go with Niban. Change attacks, find out what's already within the kata movement, and then what can we add from there. I would add one other thing, which is find those movements within your kata wherever possible. That's it for today. Thanks for joining. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, call your mom, tell somebody a funny joke. Most importantly and above all, as always, let's keep practicing.